Welcome to IELTS Symphony. Today, we are going to craft a high-band international English language testing system essay on a relevant and thought-provoking topic. Let us take a look at the prompt. Many supermarkets are selling more and more products that are imported from other countries instead of selling food that is locally sourced. What are the reasons for this? Is this a positive or negative development? This is a two-part question essay. First, we need to explain why supermarkets prefer imported products. Then, we must evaluate whether this trend is positive or negative. After thinking about this issue, I have noticed that more and more people are choosing imported products because they believe they are of higher quality. This perception has driven up demand for foreign goods. But at the same time, this shift is making it harder for local producers to compete. So keeping that in mind, here is how I would introduce my essay. Nowadays, foreign products are becoming more widely available in supermarkets, often outnumbering locally produced goods. This trend is primarily driven by the growing consumer preference for imported items. However, this shift has negative consequences, as it weakens local businesses by reducing their customer base. This introduction does three important things. Paraphrasing the prompt, presents the main idea, clearly states that imported products are on the rise, adding a key reason, growing consumer preference. Giving a clear opinion, the response states, this shift has negative consequences as it weakens local businesses by reducing their customer base. This expresses a clear stance that the trend is negative because it harms local businesses. Let's write the body paragraph 1. I will discuss two possible reasons and explain them. There are two main factors contributing to this trend. Firstly, the increasing consumer preference for imported products drives demand in supermarkets. I have introduced my first point. Now I need to explain further. Many customers favor foreign goods over local ones due to concerns about quality. They perceive local products as being made from cheap and unhealthy ingredients, which might be detrimental to their health. In contrast, they believe that imported items are of superior quality. Here, I have explained the shift in public perception regarding product quality and linked it to the demand for foreign products. At this point, I will provide an example to strengthen my argument. For example, 70% of Chinese consumers typically avoid local dairy products due to concerns about their quality and instead opt for overseas alternatives, thereby increasing the demand for international products in large urban superstores. Now, I'm going to include my next point. Secondly, superstores import foreign goods to meet consumers' seasonal needs. Certain fruits and vegetables are not produced locally in specific seasons. Therefore, grocers make an effort to keep those items in stock to address rising demand and retain customers. I've just introduced my second point and elaborated on it without an example. Providing only one example is sufficient. Using multiple examples may make the essay too lengthy. Let's move to our body paragraph 2. To reassert, this is a negative trend since it has a negative impact on local business organizations. It is clear that globalization in this case is harming local businesses. Now I will elaborate on how it harms the local business. Local producers are unable to sell their products as they cannot face competition against overseas suppliers, causing them to experience economic hardships. To exemplify, 60% of the regional dairy business organizations in India were forced to halt their production in 2000 because they could not afford the cost of production and other related expenses. This example strengthens my argument by providing concrete evidence. For this reason, many jobs were lost, leaving thousands of families in dire economic situations. My final sentence highlights the broader consequences, emphasizing the negative social impact. I have included one key point in this paragraph. You may add another one if needed. To conclude, most supermarkets prioritize selling imported products, often overlooking domestic alternatives. While this helps meet seasonal demand, it also reflects consumers' concerns about local product quality. Overall, this trend is harmful as it weakens local businesses, making it harder for them to compete with imported goods and sustain themselves. In the first sentence, I reminded the reader about the question prompt and restated the reasons. My last sentence echoed how it damages regional businesses. Keep practicing your IELTS essays. For more writing sessions like this, please subscribe to IELTS Symphony.